Hello everyone, welcome back to the Lord of the Rings Online. This is Gnarlo here. Say hello to everyone. Gnarlo, good boy. When last we left off, we had completed the gates of Carn Dum. And we were behind that door. We had talked to, what's his name? Laernost? Laerdan. And Laerdan is sending us to Barad Gularan, the fortress just to the south of Gathforthnir here. We've got 3 emissaries that we need to get items from so that we can try and save Golodir from the horrible despair and depression that he has fallen into, having witnessed the death of his daughter in front of the gates of Carn Dum. But first, before we go there, we're going to go right over here and talk to Merkiniath. While we were in Carn Dum fighting our way to the gates, we were killing a bunch of the trolls, the big armored trolls along the way, and there was a quest that he gave us to, I think, kill 10 of them, if I remember correctly. That's what the history was. The great tumult of the Gethrig can be heard even inside these caves at night. It is a fear I no longer wish to live with. Will you help me, brave hobbit? We must reduce the number of the terrible beasts. Gathforthnir must be made safer, and I worry that these beasts about our doors will not hold. Thin their numbers and return to me. They dwell in the vales of Himbar, calling themselves the Flayers. So we had to kill the Gethrig Flayers all around inside of the little town there in front of the gates of Carn Dum, and we managed to kill them. As you saw, a good number of them while we were going through, especially the fact we had to repeat it 3 times.
How can I be of service?
So we can go ahead here. Well done. I will inform the others that we have less to fear, but these are still dark times, and there is much to be done. Wonder if the next one's going to be a fellowship or something as well. Alright, 35 DPS, 14 might, 14 agility, 86 morale. That's a possibility. And the hammer. We're going to take the hunter, because we might actually be able to use it. It might help us out. Alright. We've completed Marching into Shadow Advanced. And we're going to hit Marching into Shadow Final. That's from completing a certain number of deeds, I believe, quests. Yes, we completed 20 quests, and we got Idealism 3, the increased reputation and the turbine points. And we've got the new deed, which is the final, which means we've got to complete 10 more quests in Angmar here. And we'll get 30 marks, another 15, 5 of empathy, and some more reputation with the council. We might actually be able to manage that by the time that we get finished here. We'll see how it goes. In the meantime, we're going to set out to go down and find Barad Gularan. And let's see if we can complete the next stage here. First chapter in Book 8. The Flickering Flame. Should know that it was going to come back in as I'm sipping on some coffee. Alright, so here we are leaving Gathforthnir. We should be able to see the fortress we're looking for from the little landing area here. Place with the jewelry trader. Yep, there it is, right over there. You can see the tallest tower, and the little towers around it are the ones that have the emissaries in it. So that is where we are going to be going. I'll go ahead and pull up the map here. See, we are here, and we are going to travel down and then follow the paths into Barad Gularan. Now, we may get lost doing this because... Whoa, let's not go down that way, shall we? I don't even think safe fall might save us from that one. Might wear off before we got there. The little paths and all that head into the area over there are pretty pretty gnarly. They twist and they turn. They're very maze-like. So it might take us a bit to find the correct path. And if I remember correctly, each one of the towers has a different path that leads to it. So we're going to have to wander around a little bit, I'm afraid. And while I'm crossing this little lake here, I am going to cut the recording there and check and make sure that the sound levels are doing okay. So I will see you in just a few minutes. And I have checked the sound and we are doing fine. It just sounds awful loud in my ears through these headphones. But the actual recording sounds great, so I'm a little bit afraid to adjust the sound levels in case I screw something up. So I'm going to just go along with what we have here and say, the demon you know is better than the demon of trying to adjust the sounds. Alright. There is Barad, is it Gularan? Gularan. The evil looking fortress. Whoa. Alright, so as you see, here are the roads that we're going to be traveling to get to. I'm going to try and go down this one first and see if that will take me to one of these towers. If I remember right from the time when I did it on my dwarf, Glarnoran, I believe that once you get close to enough to the towers, the ones that you need to enter have rings on them on your mini-map up here. So let us see if we can't find our way down and get this accomplished. Just to prevent us from running into any more of those spiders. And remember that technically we are a little overpowered for this zone right now because we're level 52. When this zone was the end zone and the place to be whenever you had achieved the level cap then was 50. So all these creatures you see, imagine them being a little bit stronger. I mean, the ones here that are all light blue and if we see any green ones, the light blue one should probably be white. The white one should probably be yellow or orange. I'm going to see about following these actual paved roads here and see if that gives me a better chance of heading into the actual towers. If we follow the ones that have the actual cracked paving stones here. Yeah, in fact, I think you see that kind of reddish gate there. Let's zoom in and see what we're looking at. What time of day is it? Looks like we've got plenty. It's morning, so we've got plenty of time to wander around it. It'll be a little bit easier to find our way about with the sunlight here, rather than having to stumble around in the dark, because as you've seen, it doesn't really get dark in these games anymore, especially on LOTRO here. We get more of a palette change. Everything kind of palette shifts into more blues and purples, but it's still more of an unsettling. It's still a little bit nicer if you can actually see things in natural colors, so it's not quite as disorienting. I remember way back in the days of EverQuest when you would play it, and if you were something like a human that didn't have night vision, when nighttime fell, it actually got legitimately dark in that game. And when it did, new deed, the Circle of Despair. Here's minus call. Can we enter that? We can enter that. Let's see here. You do not have the corresponding quest. Okay. So this tower is Menace Call. And I see that the watch... I wonder if it was the watcher there that betrayed us, or if it was us opening the door. Probably us opening the door. because we're not actually taking any dread at the moment. So we'll go down and see if we can't circle back around, get closer to those towers. So I was saying, back in the EverQuest days, when it got dark, it actually got dark. The light level actually dropped. So if you didn't have night vision, for instance, if you were a human, you would get hopelessly lost, because you could not see to find your way about. And I remember there were times when I would be following poor Keeber around. It was his characters. That was the game where we developed our characters and our names. You know, that was where Keeber-san first popped up. Keeber-san was his human mage in EverQuest, and Dwendon was Dwendon's half-elf ranger, and Gnarlo, of course, was my gnome enchanter. And I would be following, at that time I was playing my paladin. I'd be playing my half-elf paladin that had the night vision, had infravision, so I could see at night perfectly well. And having never played a human, I couldn't understand why, when I would be following him around, following his lead, it would seem like... Okay, here's another paved road here. See if that takes us to one of the towers we need to be in. I could never understand why he seemed to be just wandering around at random and running into stuff. And it was only after I actually rolled a human that I realized he was blind as a bat. Another one of those things that, you know, I just kind of miss a little bit. The fact that hey, Menace Agar. Bet I can't get into that one either, can I? Ooh, I can. Okay. Ooh, she's cute.
Many are the hillmen of Angmar who have chosen to serve the Iron Crown. Now they seek further favor from their dark masters by sending an emissary to Minas Agar. If the hillmen cannot be dissuaded, Eriador will surely fall.
Kerstiona. It's a shame you're evil, babe. You are quite the looker. Alright. That usually means I have to go up and talk to her and activate her. I can't just sneak up and stab her. Boy, I do like... Once again, I do like the architecture and the detail and all they put into these buildings and all. I really hope that sometime I'll be able to take you into Helgeroth, because it's got some beautiful, beautiful architecture inside of that building. Some of the vaulted halls and all. Alright, let's see if we're going to be strong enough to take her on. Oh, we leveled to level 52 as well, didn't we? I hadn't noticed that. You are not from Carn Dum. What are you doing here? Stop right where you are, or you will not leave this room alive. So be it. Prepare for your end. I imagine that she's going to do something like healing herself or summoning in things. Can't believe it's going to be so easy as just taking her out. Although, well, what do you know? Defeated her. Well, that wasn't very hard. I would have swore all these lights around here that she would have been summoning stuff in. Alright, let's get out of the flame. Sorry. Okay, that was easy. Let's see. What have we got here? Deed bestowed. And we have picked up the male shirts. And now we have to get the sword and the shield. So let us continue on and see if we can find the next tower. Figure what we'll do is we'll just keep on circling around here. And we've done this one. Let's see if we can get around and get into that one over there now. That's down the hill, and let's see if we can find another paved road heading up. That was quite easy. As I've said, you know, if it's not an escort mission, you can do a lot of these epic quests, as long as it gives you the, you know, the ones that give you the inspiration bonus, as you saw. You can do a lot of them. We're going to use a little safe fall here. There we go. You can do a lot of these epic quests with the inspiration bonus quite easily. Especially if you're in a situation such as I am, where I'm already 3 levels above the level of the quest to start with. Okay, following another paved road. Let's see what the name of this tower is. So we move past all the pale folk. The skulkers. So this looks like a pale folk camp here. There's quite a few of them scattered about. They look almost like greys, actually. Ah, we got somebody else with a quest. Except that is somebody tied to a post, which means that we will have to escort them down. No thank you. I've had my share of escort missions for 1 week. Minas Mar.
Spurred by the call of the Dark Lord, the goblins of the Misty Mountains have sent an emissary to Minas Mar to treat with the Iron Crown. If these two forces unite, there may be no stopping Angmar from sweeping through Eriador.
Alright, here's Prakum. Let's go ahead and get the inspiration. Let it build up all of our hit points. It has. Another tower much like the other one as far as architecture. The detailing is a little different. I don't think Prakum is going to be that big a difficulty. Did my king send you to stop me talking to Angmar? It does not matter. Either way, you will die. Heralds, get in here and fight, you lazy curs. I'm gonna try and not get distracted by anything. Think. Yeah, the heralds, I'm far enough away from them, they're not attacking me. Let us hope to stay that far away. Getting some good. Yep, Goblin Town Heralds. They're all running out further away from me. Let's take a look at them. Yeah, they're all back there. I guess they're anticipating that the healers and the range people would be back there and they could attack them. That part of it doesn't really seem to take into account that a solo person with an inspiration bolus would be right up in his face. What we got? We've got about 6 heralds out there now. Wow. Now, that's an unfortunate flaw, but it does allow me to get past it. Okay, we've completed the second part of it. And we've gotten his sword. Okay. Now, will I be able to... let's see about... I really don't want to take on all these guys. Can I get around them without aggroing them? Because we are still in combat mode because there's still enemies on the field. I could take them all out, but, you know, why? It would be a few more experience points. It would be a few more possibilities of pages and all, but I'm gonna have to take them out, aren't I? Oh well. I guess we'll have to defeat the heralds that don't seem to be able to attack us. Ooh. Unfortunate bug here. I suppose it must be because they did not trigger when they first ran into the room. They're not going to be able to trigger at all now. Too bad. Guess they've never seen a hobbit before. They are totally overwhelmed with my sheer awesomeness. Alright, so we have finally completed the battle. Can we leave now? Yes, we can. Alright, we got one more tower to search. That should be continuing on around. That one right there, I would imagine. So we will continue on around and see. I'm terribly sorry, my lady. And we will see if we can't get in there and find the last one and get the shield. What would the next one be? Is it an orc? I'm trying to remember what the third one was. It was a goblin. There was the hill people. I don't remember what the third one was. Perhaps an orc. Let's see. Don't think we can get in down here. Let's see if we can work our way up. Maybe this path over here. Just hoping that leads to the correct place. So far, everything seems to have been along the path of one of those paved roads. So hopefully we'll see some paving stones when we get to the top here. That's not looking like it. In fact, it looks like it may be a dead end. As I said, it is a little maze-like down here. I am quite surprised that we've been able to find our way into 3 of the towers so easily there. Can we get around here? Perhaps we can. Alright, was not a dead end after all. Let's see if we continue going this way, if that's going to take us to the... I wonder if my weapon is a bane of insects. It seems to glow a bit whenever I'm around, like the spiders and stuff. Uh-oh. And he spotted us. Well, we can take on a pack lord, no problem. Even without the inspiration bonus, we should be able to defeat him okay. Especially being that our burglar heal is kicked in. And he is about to go down. There he goes. Another splintered ward claw. Alright. See, not much of a much at all, being that I'm level 51. I mean 52, and he was a level 51. So obviously, as I've stated, you know, in the past, he would have been a tough battle. Much tougher battle, being that back then all the the dour hands, that's right, all these blasted evil dwarves. Being that back whenever this was the end game zone, Minas Angos. Being that back when this was the end game zone, as I've said, 50 was the highest, so he would have been a good deal tougher. Plus, they've weakened, it's much easier to fight environmental mobs these days.
The downfall of Scorbrim. The Dour Hands have become leaderless. In desperation, they have sent an emissary to Minas Angos to renew the alliance that their late lord forged with Angmar. An alliance which cannot be allowed to survive.
Okay, let's have a swig of coffee. This one looks like it might be a little tougher. The 4 dwarves are already out here, so they're not going to come running in when they're summoned. Let's see what Loggy Golden Tongue. Angmar wishes our power. We will show them our power. Let us see how you fare against the combined strength of me and my men. Well, being as there we go. So they are going to attack us. At least one of them will. See if we can trip him back. There we go. I don't know why I threw a stone there, but what the hey. Hey, good. We got a few things throwing at us as well. Alright, this might be a little bit of a battle after all. Especially being that he's keeps trying to heal himself. Once again, as we've talked about in Carn Dum, I am not a DPS guy. Yeah, this guy, let's riddle you. Because you are gotten to be annoying. And more coming in. Alrighty. Not that bad. Let's do a little heal on us. Boy, they like stunning me, don't they? Yeah, this is definitely a bit tougher battle here. Must have a bit of a challenge. Wow. We are looking at a situation where I might have needed to take a little nourishment before I came in. Might have been a bit of a help. We'll drop another healing potion. Ooh, stun, stun, stun. Let's try the evade. There we go. That'll help us out a little bit. We can take the leader down. It would definitely help out. Because then I will get the materials and I will be able to hide in plain sight. Hopefully sneak off a bit. I'm just hoping he doesn't heal himself while I'm whacking away on them here. Let's see if we can riddle one. Takes at least one of the guys out of my way. Those healing potions are quite nice. Especially these here that have the much shorter cooldown period. Those have all been gotten from the treasure boxes, the Hobbit present boxes that I get every day and every week. And of course, they are also available in the Turbine store and other fine shopping establishments everywhere. They're definitely coming in handy this time around. We can just keep him from healing himself all the damn time. And if I could keep him from stunning me, it would help too. There he goes. Ah, good. They've all ran away now. Woo! Now that was a fight. That was an interesting little combat there. See, I was never in any terrible danger. Let's see, evade enemy attacks. I have evaded enemy attacks 1,250 times to get these sidestep. Wow, what did I get? 5 turbine points for it. What else do I have? Did I get another deed? Yes, on the move, which I have to use the touch and go skill 35 times. Alright. So we will have to definitely use touch and go a little bit more often than we have in the past. Because we should surely have gotten that one already. Alright, let us travel back out. Here we are. Alright, I'm going to go into stealth mode, sneak mode, and we are going to go back to Gathforthnear. You saw how we got here, so I'm not going to make you watch me sneak my way back out. So we will see you when we arrive back over there in Laerdan's room. So we will see you then. Alright, I think we are finally getting up here, finally approaching the poisoned lake once more. The disgusting green slimy water. Should be right over the top of this hill, I think. Yep, that looks like the dead tree. And we should see, yep, I think that right up there is one of the spikes that leads up to Gathforthnear. That should be the place where the jeweler is standing. Yes, it is. Alright, so the lake is right over this hill. Boy, I tell you, it took us longer to get our way back here than it did to get our way over there to the tower. As I said, that over there, that is a very, very confusing maze of paths and dead ends and stuff. So we are going to say goodbye to the fortress and head back up to Gathforthnear. And once again, we will see you when we get back to Laerdan. We stand back before Laerdan. Let us turn in the flickering flame and allow him to
A shadow is on my spirit.
reward us for our hard deeds. So you have returned, and with success. Alas, this gear is no longer fit for use. I fear the flicker of my plan is soon to be extinguished. Still, there may be some hope left. Alright, what would we choose? Laerdan's axe, Laerdan's earring, Curaine, nothing that we can use there. 16 agility. We'll go ahead and choose that. Like I said, with the earring we got from finishing Gates of Carn Dum, I'm going to have to take a look at my jewelry.
Will you lend me your ear?
And see if all this time it's finally time to replace the jewelry that Mind Fiend gave me, sadly enough. I will put them away into a vault, my dear friend, as a token of our friendship. But I might have to actually wear something a little bit more sparkly in my ears, something a little bit more shiny. Chapter 2, Rekindling the Flame. What hope remains to Golodir must lie with his own people. It may be that they can repair this gear or somehow draw from it something that may renew Golodir. Take this equipment to the hidden ranger encampment of Stelden in the North Downs. I'm sure you've been there before. Tell them Laerdan of Eregion sent you. Time is wasting for Golodir. So we need to go to the North Downs, go back to Stelden. We've been there many times. And bring his equipment to Dervoon. So we will accept the quest, Chapter 2, and we will leave off there. Alright. So as I was talking with Mind Fiend, talking in the comments of the previous video, I had not realized that we've been stuck in Angmar here since March. That's when we came in and first started working on the Gates of Carn Dum when we failed it the first time. So Whew, 6 months here trying to complete that quest. Hopefully, now that we've got it out of the way, that these other quests are going to go a lot quicker and we can move on along the epic line here a good deal quicker than we have been. So let us hope that things are going to continue that way. I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. I hope to get another one up late today or early tomorrow. And we will see you then. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye.